everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay. Y'all gonna learn today. Your whole life was a struggle. Had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the Hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the Hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast. We got my man Tech Luciano walking past the cameras right now. Look at him, looking like a pimp. Got the Monster Energy drink, not sponsored, by the way.
That's why I hit the logo. What's up, y'all? What's up? Sorry.
Welcome.
I'm rude.
This man's always late, but I'm used to it at this point.
Always late. That's Talia. She ain't here, but it's
And
okay.
Talia's going to be here in like 15 minutes, apparently, so we'll see. Maleq, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a while. We were trying to get this interview done.
Yeah. Last time we talked, I was in Tunisia. Yeah,
Exactly. We had some conflict, some scheduling conflicts, but you're finally
all
here.
worked out. It all worked out.
So tell the people a little bit about Maleq, the type of music that he makes, your journey that you just did in Tunisia. I remember I read that you had this great experience that made you create some wonderful music.
Yeah. So basically, I'm from Tunisia, born and raised there. Grew up there. Came to Montreal when I was 17, going to my 18th birthday. Came in here for my studies and was doing music in Tunisia, but then I started experimenting more stuff in here as like the scene is more diverse. Not saying that Tunisia is not diverse, it's just that it's very niched, you know. Like whenever you get into a niche, you're kind of stuck and labeled.
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure. For sure.
Here it's more fluid. You can go from one style to another, meet a lot of people. So yeah, it's been 7 years now in Montreal. It's been doing good. I've been doing good.
Yeah.
You know, step by step. Was looking for my style of music, trying to describe it. I think the best word to describe is like electronica music. You know, it's like with hints of hip hop and pop music and R&B. Yeah.
Like a nice fusion you got going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very curious and I'm very geeky about my music. So I listen to everything, and sometimes I just like listen to like two different words of music, two different genres, and sometimes it just clicks. You know, like what if we put some of this and some of this? You know, we mix it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, I know you was about to ask a question, Gold Fronts, but hold on. So I see the Gold Fronts, by the way. It's just kind of fire. But so coming to Montreal from Tunisia, like what would you say was like one of the biggest cultural, was there like a culture clash when you first got here that took getting used to?
I mean, y'all cold in Montreal.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, except the weather. Like, the weather is cold. Like, we're not going to talk about this because it's a cliche, but, like...
yeah, you must have been dying your first winter out here, bro.
Listen, like...
Shit.
I mean, I'm still dying. Like, I'm 7 years in.
Honestly, I'm born here, and you don't... They say you get used to it. Not really.
Get used to it. It's like -20, -30. Like, what?
Yeah, man, it's bad.
Yeah. But, like, the biggest cultural shock maybe would be the way we interact with people. It's just, like... I came in here and met people that had a life here. You know what I mean? Like 17 years of friendship or whatever. You can't just come in here and burden like, let me meet some new friends. And 1 year in, I got like my best friend and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing is that I came in here to live in Montreal and I've never stepped foot in North America ever. So all I knew was about the European culture, you know, which is kind of similar to Tunisia's, like the Mediterranean. But came in here like it's a whole other world. It's a whole other world. I mean, the language is similar, but
yeah, you have the French influence in Tunisia as well.
Exactly.
You've been studying geography. Good for you, man.
So tell us a bit about how did you get into music back in Tunisia? Was it something that like influenced you back there, or was it maybe something you heard 7 years ago and you're like, dude, I'm moving to North America and I'm pursuing this?
Honestly, I don't know how I got into it. It's just I think I got influenced by my friends. I thought it was so cool, you know, just to step into a scene and people listen to music and then like the kind of feedback that you will have. So it's very selfish like this, you know what I mean? I just needed recognition.
Okay, all right.
And I wasn't getting it in other aspects of my life. I wasn't like a good student. I wasn't like a terrible one. It was just not good.
Kind of middle, right? Yeah, I feel you. Same here. Same here. Steve too.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I started doing some sports, tried some basketball, didn't work out for me. Like, I don't know, music came in naturally. I was doing my thing. I was doing.
So like, what are some of like the musical influences out there in Tunisia? Like, what do people on a regular basis listening to? Young people.
Honestly, they listen to I think that like young Tunisians would listen to way more diverse music than young Montrealers, because first you got like we listen to our music, which is in Arabic, and
that's a Parisian rap.
Like Egyptian rap and Moroccan rap and like the whole scene there.
Yeah, there's a
plus
big
you
scene in
got pop
Morocco.
music and reggae music and all this kind of stuff. So it's just that once you break the barrier of like language, you don't care what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, we listen to a lot of music from Ivory Coast in South Africa and like Norwegian music and Russian music. We don't care what they're saying as long as it sounds good, because
good music is universal.
Exactly.
That's the beautiful thing about music. It is a universal language. Like, you know, how many people do we know listen to Spanish rap and don't know what the fuck they're talking about?
True. Very true.
Yeah, that's the thing. I connected a lot with Latinos here because they don't care about the music that they're listening to, like the language of the music. Like, they listen to the
flow,
the Hispanic music, but then, like, I know this guy from Chile who's absolutely crazy about Brazilian music. They don't speak the same language. So it's kind of the same thing. As once you break that barrier, you don't care about.
Exactly.
You know, like there's no limitation about it.
Yeah.
So that's that. Plus, you know, you kind of like Tunisia is kind of not there yet in terms of like listening to music on Spotify and Apple Music. Like, the streaming experience also is different, so they have to dig sometimes. And when you dig, you find some.
But you know what? I miss those days of digging, like, because like I remember like back when we were in high school, right? And we're dating ourselves a little bit, but that's okay. Back when we were in high school, it's like I was always the guy in high school like who had the new mixtapes. Like, I remember when 50 dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. I had that shit like 3 or 4 months before it came out, because I was just like on those websites that were just pirating all the music back then, right? And like, but it used to just be cool to be able, like, you'd have the exclusive shit. There's no more exclusive shit anymore. It's all on Spotify. Like, we're all listening to the same shit. And like, I just miss those days of being able to be like, yo, I'm the first one with this album in my whole hood. Like, it was a beautiful feeling.
Now, if you want to discover a new song, or if you want to discover like a new album from your favorite artist, you have to wait in line like everybody else.
But it's just because everybody has the same access to it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's I mean, but it's better for the artists. I mean, obviously, right? Like, as artists, it's way better for you because your shit is everywhere at the same time. But I do miss those beat dig, like crate digging days where you could just,
you felt special. You felt like you were the one that
100%
something before everybody else. You know
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about like life in Tunisia. Like, you came here 7 years ago, but what was life back in Tunisia?
It's a roller coaster. Honestly, it's a roller coaster. Things happen fast in that part of the world.
Yeah.
I went through a revolution.
Okay.
Shit,
a regime change. Like,
oh wow.
Like, just one day we found ourselves in the streets, fighting the police and expecting a dictator to.
That's why you're here. Right? You fled. You came here. You threw a rock at a cop.
Yeah, like, we just like, you know, things happen really fast there. Like, I think a regime change is like the way of living is just different. I go to Tunisia maybe once every 2 years because it's like so far away. And yeah, from like one trip to another, I feel like the whole country is, you know, moving forward without me, you know. Okay. Yeah, I kind of had to. Like a breakup.
Then you see your ex like 4 years later. She's in a Benz now. You're like, what the fuck happened to you? She got her OnlyFans, bro. She's selling pictures of her feet now. This shit's fucked up. I'm not talking about my ex. I'm not trying to get in no trouble. I'll say that to all 3 cameras, but go ahead.
So you have, you said things are moving, they're progressing in Tunisia. What's like the cultural differences when it comes to the cultural differences, maybe strictness to certain types of music, or?
Honestly, no, because since the revolution, everything opened up, and you can say whatever you want in Tunisia right now. You can say whatever you want, and with internet and the spotlight has been shedding on everybody.
Right.
So there's no hiding in
Everybody
that.
has a voice. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So everybody can say whatever they want. It's the only country in the Arab world where you can just go outside in the streets and can I curse on this show?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
like,
man.
fuck the president. Everybody will be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's true. There's certain places where that shit is not gonna fly, bro.
You can't just do that. I don't know. Like in Egypt, you can just go outside and be like, fuck Sisi.
No, yeah,
You can't just fucking do that.
Knock on your door. That's it. You never heard from again, bro.
So, yeah, I think the biggest cultural difference would be like Tunisia has always been like this very discreet country. And it's people like are very discreet. Even in Montreal, like the diaspora here, it's more Algerian, Moroccan that you would know, and then people are like, oh yeah, they're Tunisian. It's just that we've always made things work. I think that's the best trait about being Tunisian. Just like you have to make things work. There's no way things cannot work out. So it's always we'll always find a way to do something. So that was my biggest cultural shock with Montreal, because Montreal and North America in general, if somebody tells you like this is not possible,
like okay,
we'll do something else.
I'm depressed and I need antidepressants now because somebody told me it's not going to work out.
You're from a tough part of the world. You know what I mean? So you're from there, and you've been through struggles in your life, and you come here, and it feels like people are a little bit spoon fed. They take things a little easier.
I mean, it's not just spoon fed. It's just that. It's just the acceptance that something is unreachable. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, let's say, I'm going to take I guess here. Okay, your roads are terrible.
Yeah, fucking right they are.
How come y'all don't do nothing about it?
The mafia.
You know what I mean?
The mafia?
I understand that. It's
allegedly.
Just that, like when people tell me, oh, let's say it's the mafia. Do we stop? You know what I mean? Like,
listen,
do we stop
I have
there?
zero comments on this at all.
But
look, I think that one, when we're talking about things in the government sector, there's a lot of collusion, a lot of corruption that's going on, and that's beyond our control, because you can't stop that. It's been ingrained in society for countless years right now.
But you know what
Since
I mean?
The 50s, 30s, you know?
I understand that. But I'm from a part of the world where somebody said, fuck that dictator that was here for 23 years.
Yeah.
He's been there for 23. Like my dad lived 40 years under a dictatorship. And one day just went out of the streets and like, fuck that, stop. We stop this.
You want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. Here we go. It's people here are pussies. That's what it is.
I didn't say it.
No.
I don't have my passport yet, so I didn't say that.
In Western society, right, all you have to do to get people to shut the fuck up is offer them peace and security. And for those two words, we'll give away all of our rights. Look what happened after 9/11. Oh, you guys want to monitor our emails? Well, as long as the country's safe, no problem. You want to listen in on our phone calls? As long as the country's safe, no problem. The roads are fucked up. And we get on Facebook and we complain about it every day, all day. There's literally groups dedicated to complaining about the traffic in Montreal and the roads. Is anybody going to do anything? No. You want to know why? Because nobody wants to ruffle feathers. Everybody just wants to live their little routine life where we're safe and we're comfortable and we got our job and we got our house and we got our mortgage and everything's predictable. And people are afraid to give that up in this part of the world. That's really what it is. And we've become so used and accustomed to the way things are that I think people in this part of the world are just so afraid of the word change. Whereas in a place like Tunisia and other countries that have had similar revolutions, it's like, if something doesn't change, like people are literally, we're rioting now. Fuck it. Like we're going to fight for our rights. Exactly. We've never really had to do that here. So, I say jokingly that people are pussies here, but that is the underlying truth, but it's really more, it's comfort is what it comes down to.
There's pros and cons to that. It's just that, Tunisia made that change. Now the consequences are not necessarily positive about it, you still have to deal with the consequences of breaking a whole system. It's one way of living. You know what I mean?
The fact that in Tunisia it was needed. You know what I mean? We can't stay the same. We have to change. Here, like you said, people are comfortable. They're like, dude, I have my this, I have my that. What else do I need? I don't want to be the one to spark it. I don't want to be the one to set it off. You know, if
yeah.
somebody else starts it, maybe I'll get involved.
Yeah.
But until that happens, nobody wants to.
But we're also very impressionable because really, like, look, well, Quebec is the perfect example. All you have to do is sprinkle something like language on the table, and now all of a sudden we stop looking at what's going on with all the government corruption, and now we're fighting over, well, what language are you allowed to speak?
French
It's like, who the fuck cares what language you speak? We all understand both languages. What's the problem?
The current thing that we're fighting about right now is how you're going to heat your home this winter. How you're going to buy groceries. Everybody's complaining about the Liberals. Like, you just got a note in your mailbox by Trudeau saying, "Hey, everybody's going to get $500 extra to fight the
fuck?
Yeah, what's $500?
Literally, and they didn't even give me 500. They gave me like 3 something. Thanks, asshole.
Come on, you know what I mean? So what we do, they give you these little tokens. They give you these little scraps, and they're like, here, calm down. Nobody bitch about it.
Just a little snack, you know, to kill the hunger.
Yeah. Instead of addressing the actual problem, which is the fact that the economy's in the fucking toilet and inflation is at an all-time high. But yeah, let's not talk about that. Here's $500. Thanks, guys. Sorry.
It's a way. Honestly, it's just a way of living. Things happen in North America. It's just like doesn't go further than that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it's honestly, it's sad to say, but I don't think it ever will. Because I mean, if we're not gonna riot about like this type of shit, then I don't know what we're gonna riot about at this point. But,
like we just had a pandemic and everything. We had restrictions.
Yeah, only the break too.
There was a little bit of an uproar, right? But besides that, nothing really changed.
No, absolutely not. Nothing changed at all, bro. Like,
to be honest, it's also very tiring to live the other way around, you know? Like, in Tunisia, things happen every month.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not talking about coup d'etats or whatever, but it's just like, okay, we don't have gas anymore. We also don't have sugar anymore. We also don't have milk anymore. So, and
those are
the pandemic is going up.
Yeah.
For some reason, you know what I mean? It's just like things happen every time. You really need to. Before
this revolution happened, what was Tunisia like? Like, what made this revolution spark? What were people fed up with?
Well, basically the corruption. Like, it's weird to say, but there's positive and negative about having a dictator, because the positive thing about the dictatorship in Tunisia was that we didn't have to worry about our security. You could go out in the street whenever you wanted, boy, girl, whatever you want to wear. We also didn't have to worry about terrorism because the country was safe.
Yeah, it was locked down, like under control.
But you couldn't do anything. You can like grow a business. So
hey, look, Talia just came in, guys.
Wow, look who decided to join us.
I'm sorry, I had side
sunshine.
missions to do.
Side missions, huh? Was it GTA?
You just ruined something Maleq was saying.
Yeah, I was
sorry.
like deep into something like,
You sack of
Please
shit.
don't mind me. Continue.
You could walk in the streets safely. Nothing would happen to you.
Yeah, nothing will happen, but you didn't like you can't grow a business there. So let's say you're born poor, you're gonna die poor, and your children are gonna grow up poor and they're gonna die poor.
So there's like no chance of upward mobility at all.
Like it's just like a picture. It doesn't move. You know what I mean? Now you see a little change. You see people making money. You see people losing money. You see people like stealing money and people telling, "Hey, this guy is a stealer." You know what I mean?
People are being held accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
They're being held accountable.
Exactly. We just opened up a discussion. Imagine you just have a 10 years feud with your family, and at some point you start talking, you have just a lot of things to say, you know. And the other way around, they have a lot of things to say.
Okay.
We're just learning about ourselves.
Yeah, it's gonna take time. Gonna take time for sure. I mean, it's happening all over the place right now too. Iran is in like the middle of something, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Like a major changes. Like they're becoming more and more progressive over there.
Killed a girl for the headscarf. She wasn't wearing it properly, and one of the religious police basically beat her to death.
Damn, bro.
And they're saying she died of a heart attack in her holding cell. She was 20-something years old. Come on, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that right there, it's going crazy in Iran. Did you come to North America directly because of the revolution that happened, or was it
No.
You wanted to come study, you wanted to come do something?
The revolution started in 2011, and I mean the whole Arab world was
that was like the Arab Spring, right?
Yeah, it was during the Arab Spring, and honestly, maybe Tunisia was the only positive outcome from this Arab revolution, because Syria is doing what Syria is doing now, which is a civil war. Egypt went back to
Muslim
dictatorship.
Brotherhood?
Lebanon is
Super corruption. They're
super
keeping
corrupt.
people's
Yeah.
money in the banks and everything. Like, it's
So-
crazy. You saw that shit?
Shout out to Kanye.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So yeah, Tunisia is the only positive outcome because like we kind of went through like another, another government, and we're just holding it accountable, and we're doing changes like I voted. You know what I mean? It's weird because for y'all this is something normal, but every 5 years I vote. You know, I voted for like 2 presidents now, but I didn't flee the country. I could live there easily. It's just that I needed something new. I really needed something new. And also, Tunisians move around the world. You can go anywhere in the world, and I bet every single penny that I have that you'll find a Tunisian.
For sure.
It's like Quebecers, bro. Every time I'm on vacation.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
true.
So why do I find you motherfuckers everywhere I go, bro?
No, I'd like to say that about like almost every culture. Like if I say like I'm Greek. Everywhere I go, I find a Greek person.
Yeah, there's like
Greek
everybody
restaurant
needs
everywhere.
diners,
Y'all
bro.
moved, right?
I go to Colombia, I find a
Exactly.
Greek restaurant. Perfect. Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly. Just people that move, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
It's like the Mediterranean. We just move a lot.
Yeah.
The world has changed a lot. That people are able to migrate and do things.
Exactly.
Before, back in the day, it's like you were stuck where you were.
Yeah.
People married within their race. People married Greek person with Greek person, Tunisian. Now it's like so different. You know what I mean? It's like a big melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I went to New Jersey because my brother lives there, and he kind of complains that there's no Tunisian because he doesn't get the Tunisian product whenever he misses them. I'm like, I'm sure you're gonna find it. We sat at the bench, like double-sided bench, just behind us. He starts speaking Tunisian too. I'm like, you see, New Jersey.
No, hell yeah, for sure. There's Tunisians in New Jersey. They're just like, come on, it's a melting pot, bro.
Okay, so you came here. Was it for school or?
Yeah, I came in for school. I got a bachelor in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came in here for school, and then my parents were expecting a doctor in psychology. Ended up doing music.
You're like, Mom, listen to my new song.
Yeah, listen to my music. But she thinks it's good, honestly.
Yeah.
That's first she was like, "What are you doing?" But now she listens to the music and she likes it.
Okay.
Like, just be serious about it. That's it.
No.
Just take this seriously.
So you said you have your BA in psychology.
Yeah.
Are you gonna apply it anywhere, or it's done now?
Talia's out of her mind. You can start here.
Plan A is music from now on.
She
That's
just
it.
came in.
Yeah. I'm waiting for my cue to talk, so I'm just like, I missed a whole lot here.
No, you're good.
Okay. The thing that happened is that there's this system in Canada where whenever you get a BA, you can apply for permanent residency and then for citizenship. It's like a highway to the citizenship.
Okay, nice.
And in normal times, you're supposed to get your BA, work for a whole year, and then apply, and they give you the permanent residency. I applied for that program during the pandemic, so it took 3 years.
Okay.
So I'm 3 years in working in, just don't feel like going back to school. Plus, all that time I kind of like started doing music more full time. So I don't know if I feel like going back to school, to be honest.
Well, still,
I really hope that my mother doesn't watch that episode. I really hope please keep that part.
We'll cut that part out. Don't worry, she won't hear it. So you came here. When was your first foray into the music world? When did you link up with some friends and you're like, dude, you guys are creating music like this. I want to do it too.
Well, when I was in Tunisia, I had this group of friends and we used to do rock music actually,
Okay.
because the leader was rock trained, and I really loved having a band. You know what I mean? It's like brothers. We just do music and then we go on the scene and everybody goes crazy. So when I came in here, I tried to recreate that, but I was trying to recreate a chemistry that you can it's a natural one, and it didn't happen. So I kind of stopped doing music and kind of start experimenting more rather than producing. And at some point, I wanted to prove myself that I could produce a song. So I released my very first track. It's called Lamborghini Countach. It's a R&B infused track, and I produced everything on it, like from the voices to the snare drum to everything. And like it didn't represent who I was or what I want. It's like I wanted to make an R&B sex song. That's all that I wanted. So when I released it, people told me, "Oh, that shit is sexy," which, to be honest, for me was the biggest compliment, because like for me the mission is done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to give an effect. I wanted to give a vibe, and I produced that. So from now on, I just try to understand what's in my mind, what I want to talk about, then put it into music.
That's interesting. Like you went from rock to R&B. Like what
To
was
electro.
what was the like the switch up? Like what directed you to R&B from rock?
Oh,
Like I know you say you were experimenting.
I
but what,
am
like,
completely crazy about D'Angelo. Y'all remember this
Nice,
guy?
yeah, of course.
D'Angelo and the Roots and Erykah Badu and all this, because it just comes so naturally. I was just watching so many lives about D'Angelo, and the guy doesn't stop. You know, there's no this song stopped, I'm gonna talk to the crowd and then start another song. No, the guy just keeps going. And the fact that he's so fluid about his music and the way that he moves from one song to another, make his own song and then covers another one, and he just covers it so naturally, you know. It's not trying to perform. It's just like, I like this song, let me sing it. You know what I mean? So, and there are also people that really, really attain you in terms of vibe. Like, I mean, I can't listen to D'Angelo with my boys, you know what I mean? Like, imagine you're in your
I mean,
car
it would
with
be kind of
D'Angelo, it's
creepy. I'm not
like-
gonna lie. It would be a little bit creepy.
Yeah, you can just be with your car, in a car with like four guys and
all
like,
just in the car
singing your-
looking out the window while it's raining.
That CD cover with the shirtless D'Angelo.
yeah, like, hey, I have something. Yeah. So, yeah, the fact that people just produce in R&B, and also I feel like R&B is just a melting pot of whatever people listen to.
For sure.
Yeah. And also just watching an interview of D'Angelo saying like he listened to Slipknot and Metallica, and people just started laughing because you wouldn't, put him in that box. And he was like, just music is music. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that though. When like you're only expected to listen to like one genre of music, it's like it's music. Music is music. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what
as
genre it
long
is.
as it
If
sounds
you
good.
find inspiration from whatever, as long as it inspires you, like. I never understood that, you know, just because I'm like dressed this way, I'm only supposed to listen to like Wu-Tang, like. Okay.
And you know what I like the most about it is just that for me R&B feels like jazz, but in an easier way to understand, because jazz is about that. Like the people that do jazz, they listen to everything and they take inspiration from everything. It's just that if you're not jazz trained or music trained, or like it's not music that touches you,
Yeah,
I kind of feel like very
sometimes it's a little erratic. you know?
yeah, it's kind of,
Well, they're on heroin.
I don't
It's heroin
understand it
stuff.
first. Like now I kind of enjoy it, but then I'm like just play the right notes, man. Like you know what?
You gotta be fucked up to appreciate it, I think.
Yeah, I think your brain has to be
A little frazzled.
exactly
Appreciate jazz.
Yeah.
jazz, like really real jazz.
Yeah,
That
like when
makes
they
sense,
when they
'cause
go
I
on
love
runs
jazz,
and like,
so-
you know, because
don't think you're
you're on
talking about
heroin.
the same
Yeah,
jazz.
I'm not sure.
What kind of jazz are you talking
There's
about?
like really crazy abstract jazz that it's like he said, it doesn't even sound
Where
like
there's
the
like
same
no
notes.
structure. They just go on runs. Everything's just a
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, you're
The whole
supposed to-
song is just a run.
You're supposed to like appreciate every instrument for itself.
I have ADD. That shit don't work out for me.
Like there's Ray Charles that has like structured music, and then there's jazz that's like really out there. Guys are strung out on heroin. That's their outlet. You'd sort of say.
Oh,
Should
it
I
feels
wear
relatable
Should I
to me.
wear a pair of glasses?
Why not? Definitely.
It's like,
Next
yeah,
time.
can we
20/20 vision?
Can we get the group chat a bit more professional, please? I feel left out of the. You know what I'm saying?
Wear a bow tie
He
next
should have
time.
wore glasses too. We should have.
Stop
all
eating carrots.
What happened?
Stop eating carrots, and your eyesight's gonna go to shit.
You mentioned that your mom likes your music and everything.
Yeah.
Then after you mentioned that you like making sexy music, what does your mom think of making sexy music?
So I don't go very explicit in my music. I don't think I have a song that's explicit, or I have like
Okay.
a curse word in my music. So when I did Lamborghini Countach, it was like, if you're Anglophone, you would understand what I mean. She's not. So for her, it's just
Okay.
a song about cars.
Nice. There you
I
go.
really hope that she skips that
I
part
really
too.
like cars, man. What do you want me to tell you?
Like, well, it's a nice car. Like,
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Okay, that answers that question.
Yeah.
So now you're in Montreal, you're making music. What was like your first project that you put out?
The first project would be called Mint. That's my that's an EP.
Mm.
It's 6 songs long, I think, something like this. For me, it was just a project. I want to do something that starts and finishes. Like I want to deliver like a whole product.
A nice cohesive.
Exactly,
Six
with like
pieces.
its visual and like the whole vibe going in. And I don't know, like the reception was good. It's not like a breakthrough, but for me, it really eased my mind. Like I know how to do music and I know how to carry a project from start to finish. Because also I produced all that. So
I was gonna ask you, did all that? You produced it, and
I do everything.
even your artwork and all that, or
The artwork is with my boy Abdel that is not on camera here.
Hello.
Behind the camera.
Here, shout out.
We've been working on every visual that I made from 2020, I think 2019. We've been working together since 2019,
Where'd
and
you
like
guys meet,
every visual.
Psychology class.
I like
Oh,
how
no.
you mouthed that. You were like, you can speak. It's okay.
Oh, how did we meet? I posted a story about like I needed like some help with my visuals, and the girl from Ottawa reposted that. It went to another girl in I don't know what city and just like landed on him. I didn't know that he was like because he's Algerian, so I'm Tunisian, I'm Algerian, so we connected also with that. It's easier for us to communicate. And since then we started working together, and now we play FIFA at like.
I was gonna say, do y'all ever argue about soccer? Is that like a thing?
I mean, there's not much to argue about. We're in the World Cup. He's not. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, all right.
there's no much to argue about.
That's
But-
the power of the internet, folks.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys met like that. You said you did the project Mint. What else like did you work on over the years? More projects, or was that it?
I mean, I released that project and in 2021, and now I've been putting consistently more and more music. I've been taking a long time between 2 songs. Now I'm not rushing it, but it feels natural for me, like every 3 months dropping something. One of my projects now would be to produce for other people. That's something that I really wanted to do because I know how to understand myself. I just want to have this challenge where I sit down with someone and I only have 2 hours. In that 2 hours, I have to grasp what's in their mind and try to translate it as much as possible into music.
It'll definitely sharpen you as a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
Big time, for sure.
I really would love to produce for other people. Like I really love
Is there anybody in the city that you'd like to work with, or is there anybody in Hollywood, the big times, that you'd like to produce for?
There's this Iraqi rapper in Montreal, Narsi.
Narsi.
Yeah, shout out to Nars, man.
Really would love to just sit down with him and even it's just talking music.
Yeah.
There's this guy called Phrase, beautiful entertainer, amazing entertainer. I saw him live, extremely talented entertainer. Prince Amin, sweet guy too. I really like those guys. I really want to sit down with them and talk music and make music together. But the city is filled with different genres of people.
For sure.
It's very interesting.
If we were talking famous, who would it be?
A guy from Belgium, Stromae?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's sick.
That guy, I will follow him anywhere. Like just to understand what's in his mind, what kind of music does he do.
No.
He's sick. Like
Yeah.
there was the show on Netflix recently about the like rap battles in France. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but it was a crazy show. And there was this one guy that he kept comparing to Stromae
Oh yeah.
because he had like a crazy abstract music. He had like this great singing voice and stuff that you wouldn't normally expect to hear in a hip hop song or something like that.
Yeah, he just brought it all together. That's what I like about him, because he had his shine internationally, and then when he stopped making music for himself, he went back to France and to Belgium and started doing music for local rappers. So sometimes you'd hear like this song from this rapper that, let's say, is only famous in France, and like the instrumental, it really sounds like Stromae, and the guy produced it. So I really like that. He just made music for himself, and then he just started doing music for other people. I'm really sure, like in 5 years, you're gonna hear Billie Eilish song made from Stromae. Just he just practiced on
For sure, man.
on people who really wanted to work with him. And now he has the resume to do that internationally. Also, the Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas.
Oh my God, I'm
I don't know. They're not the same without Fergie.
I haven't even realized that Fergie's.
They
not in it
replaced
anymore.
her.
yeah, they replaced
They
her.
replaced her. She's gone.
Here's
But
something.
to be fair, like after her like performance at the what was it, a basketball game or something?
Yeah, she fucked that national
She
anthem
fucking
up,
ruined
bro.
it. She fucked it up. Yeah.
Who's the new singer?
Some Asian girl. I don't know.
Oh wow, I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
But she's just like here to perform. Like she's not a part of the band. You know what I mean? The thing is with the Black Eyed Peas. First, I'm a big fan of the Black Eyed Peas, and before Fergie, the Black Eyed Peas were only like 3 guys and 1 other girl, and they were doing very, kind of NAS sounding hip hop. Like they were very like, because they're from the projects and they live like, that 90s hip hop.
straight hip
So
hop.
they were doing that, and then they had a contract and people telling them like to do more pop music.
Yeah.
And they accepted it. Because for them, they just want to make a living out of music, and for them, they understand that they're not selling their soul to the devil. They're just gonna do music that they like, even it's pop music. And whenever they're gonna have the leverage to do whatever they want, they will. And after the split with Fergie, because they have all those albums that we know now, like the Boom Boom Pow and all that stuff.
Yeah, big albums.
After that, they made an album that nobody's talking about. It's called Master of the Sun Volume 1. I really would like listen to that. It's the original Black Eyed Peas, and even the featurings are, there's CL, there's Nas, there's Nicole Schwarzenegger, just like different people.
Yeah.
They made that, stopped doing that, went back to the pop stuff. So I just do whatever they want, and that's what I really appreciate about it. Because I would do that too. I would love to make a very poppy song. I would love that.
What do you see like, coming out of this career? What do you want to achieve from this?
Oh my God, I really want to do anything. I just want to have the leverage to do anything. I want to do TV shows. I want to do. There's something that I really, really want to do, is a full documentary. I want to do a documentary, but that looks like a documentary, but nothing is real in it. Everything is scripted. You know what I mean? Like you've never watched
Explain
that
a
kind of
little
stuff.
more.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
like
lost.
Why though?
What's the concept of the documentary?
I like that. It's just like
A mockumentary, wouldn't that be?
yeah,
awesome?
exactly. So it's just
Like The Office.
yeah, basically.
Okay. It sounds a little boring.
Around my music. No, it's like around my music. Just like recreating a whole storytelling about how I went through my music, and including characters. They just feel super, super real.
There's this Weird Al Yankovic movie that just came out. You know Weird Al, the guy that does the parody songs?
Yeah.
The movie just came out. I saw it last night. Fucking hilarious.
Really?
It's a mockumentary about his life. And at one point, Pablo Escobar wants to put a hit out on him. So he flies to Colombia and he kills Pablo Escobar. And then Madonna takes over Pablo Escobar's cartel. So shit like that, if you make a mockumentary with outlandish, hilarious...
That's very outlandish,
I
bro.
would love to do
I
that.
would laugh at that, dude. I would watch
I would
it.
love to do that. I don't know. I'm very into giving space to the community. I feel like if I have the chance to become like not necessarily a star, but like have the leverage to bring people in front of the cameras or in front of a mic, I would put a little shine on some Algerians, some Moroccans, some Egyptians, because there are gems. There are like extremely talented people.
Yeah.
It's just that the culture is not mainstream yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just need a push. They need somebody to shine.
The
on.
Middle East is very like is getting his time right now with all those shows. Mo on Netflix, Rami on
Mo is
Hulu.
hilarious. I love Mo, bro.
A lot of Middle Eastern podcaster and stand-uppers getting like Rami Maleq too. You know, like doing those big shows.
Yeah.
Talia has no idea what I'm talking
don't know
about.
who these people are.
But
okay.
but yeah, Lebanese, Syrians, Palestinians, like they're having a good time now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just North Africans, we're just here.
Good, nice. I see that happening. There's a lot of content on Netflix. Movie from here, movie from there.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of subtitled stuff, so I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of
Do you
Arabic
speak
stuff.
Greek?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you born in Greece?
No.
Okay. Greeks are really a community that I admire because they're really like they're really connected to their culture. I don't want to say some weird stuff, but Tunisia is close to Italy. Okay, so I know the Italians from North America and the Italians from Italy.
Well, you had the
And this
Carthage
is like two different
influence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that with Greeks. I mean, I'm sure there's like differences, but I know Greeks from Greece and Greeks from North America. And
Yeah.
like it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, what do
Just
Greeks in Greece do? Because I mean, y'all own diners out here, but like, what the fuck? How many diners can there be in Greece? You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of blacky spots in Greece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got the cafes. You got the,
Fishermen and shit.
a lot of fishermen. I think we got Yoni Sherbatov in the building.
Are your children?
And the children are here. So yeah, we have.
Kids are here.
Look, the Greece is it's Mediterranean, like you said. You know what I
it's
mean?
the same culture.
It's the same culture. I've been watching recently. I've been watching a lot of documentaries of Middle Eastern stuff. Like Tunisia was one of them that I was watching recently, and that's how I saw they had such a similar culture to Greeks and stuff when it comes to like family orientation and like the community and stuff like that. And it's because of ancient times that
They're very old cultures.
Yeah,
They're very
exactly.
old cultures. So the thing with our countries would be that you could be living somewhere and like where I live in Tunisia, if you take a 10 minutes walk, you're in Roman ruins.
exactly.
That's
You know
sick.
what I mean? Like
I would love to like see that.
3,000 years ago.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
crazy.
mean? It's just sitting there. It's very old cultures. Like even when you talk to people, like we're still talking about the great grandpa, you know, what he did.
Yeah.
We're very connected about that. But yeah, Greeks in Greece and I feel Greeks in North America, correct me if I'm wrong, they're not that different, you know what I mean? Because there's a very North American Italian experience and there's an Italian experience. But I feel
When
like
he's
it's pretty much
talking
the same.
about
Red sauce.
What are you talking
Where's
about?
the red sauce?
I agree with you.
Meatballs.
We're pretty similar from here and in Greece. I think it just has to do with the fact that it was 2 generations ago that majority of Greeks started coming, 2-3 generations ago, and people never lost that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Community always stayed the same. The neighborhood is pretty much small, compact neighborhood full of Greek people. The customs always traditions, customs, they don't change. People meet up for Easter. People meet up for Christmas. And you have that sense of family and community always, you know.
Pastizio.
Pastizio,
Yeah,
the food, you know what I mean.
delicious.
And that's what it was. I don't know if you've ever been to Park Extension. Like back in the day, it was all Greek.
Now it's more Indian.
Now it's more
Right?
Indian. Yeah, like back in the day,
like
everything
all
was
Indian.
Greek. And at that point, you just feel like you're still in Greece.
Yeah, but didn't you guys just all move to Chamonix?
Yeah, they all
somewhere?
People moved to
migrated
Chamonix,
to
moved to
Laval.
New Bordeaux, and everybody spread around. And now the majority is Indian there, like South Indian.
Would you appreciate like a very Greek neighborhood?
I think at this point, everything is melting pot.
Yeah.
Everything has to be mixed.
100%.
Back then, it was like you just came from the old world. You got to stick with your own kind. You know, somebody else is going to rob you. Somebody's going to take advantage of you. That's why you're in that same community, because you don't even speak English. So that's what it was back then. Now everything, like, I got family members that mixed with Italian, mixed with this, mixed with that. Everybody's
How dare
mixed.
you?
You know what I mean? How dare you?
Oh yeah,
dare
there's
you.
White person.
Yeah, you guys.
Hey, man.
You guys couple, right? Italians and Greeks. I hear like there's a little,
Friendly fighting. You know
yeah,
what
of
I mean?
course.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't like
Yeah, it ain't that
or
friendly.
Italians.
I don't know. Who do I prefer? Who do I
Yeah, do you
prefer?
prefer Italians or Greeks?
I don't know.
I know that your judgment is based only on the food. And I really appreciate that.
Honestly, yeah, you know what? You're pretty much spot on that one.
I actually prefer Greek food. over Italian food.
It's a mood thing. I feel like Italian food is amongst the best ever created in the history of mankind, but Greeks not far off.
Greeks know what to do with their meat.
It's not far off. They know what to do with their meat.
So
Yeah,
bad.
no, they definitely know what to do with their meat. They've been doing it for thousands of years after battles. Ain't that right, Steve?
That's all myth, bro. That's bullshit.
I prefer Greek too, just because Italian is very similar to Tunisians.
See, look, Algerian didn't even get brought up in the mix, bro. This guy's in the back, he's crying. Stop it, guys.
I don't even think I've ever tasted Algerian food.
Well, honestly, that's something that I would go to war on. We have
food?
extremely good food.
Man, I don't know if I've ever
feel
tried
like
I don't
to
think
Where
have
do we
I have.
go? Like in the city, where do we go for Tunisia?
Yeah, let me know because I'm hungry.
Okay.
I'm hungry
Let me do some. Let me shine some little light.
Yeah, let's do it.
So on Saint Hubert Street, you have this guy called Abouda.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ABOUDA.
Okay.
Very Tunisian, and the good thing about it is it's a restaurant. It's a Tunisian restaurant made for Tunisians. So
So it's real.
don't go there expecting like a big showdown, whatever. Just take the food, eat it, pay, and that's it. And that's what I really like about it. Because there are other places in Montreal where it's like a whole experience.
But the food's not that great.
I mean, it's not that the food is not that great. It's just that like the whole, like we don't need.
Yeah, we don't need the show.
They're
Exactly.
overselling. They're overselling.
Yeah.
Right.
But Abuda is like very straight up, like this is our food and that's it. Also, there's something that I hate about us Tunisians as a community is that we are not sure about ourselves. So sometimes we don't say this is Tunisian food. We would say it's Mediterranean, which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're Mediterranean, dude.
Yeah, you bunch it all in the same.
We don't eat the same food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Lebanese we don't eat the same. Portuguese too. They have a little bit of Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do that a lot. I think we need to reaffirm ourselves a little bit more and say like,
Be
no,
proud,
this
of,
is
be proud of being
Tunisian.
Tunisian. That's it.
Yeah, this is 100% Tunisian. And it's not to distance ourselves from Moroccans and Algerians and Libyans and Egyptians. I love them to death. They're my brothers. Sometimes, it's like a brotherhood, That's my T-shirt.
Yeah.
Don't fucking wear it. It's my T-shirt. You know?
You want to shine too, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
everybody deserves their chance to shine, I think.
I agree.
I'm starving.
Look, we're getting to that time of the day that we got to wrap up this interview. But you got to pick up that gem, Maleq. You got to pick up that gem and drop some knowledge on the people, whether it be migrating here to North America, seeking a better life, whether it be about music. Let the people in on something.
Well, honestly, I would tell people to open up their horizons in terms of language. So subtitles exist, and you don't need to understand everything. Just appreciate the conversation and appreciate the moment that you go through with those people. We live in Montreal is very diverse, and we don't necessarily need to mash everything into one. We can have those little bubbles, you know what I mean? So for me, it's a privilege to be here in Montreal because I get to experience sometimes a very Tunisian experience because I have Tunisian friends. So I get into that Tunisian bubble, and sometimes I just need a breather. So I get out of it and experience the Montreal one or the Haitian one or the Italian one, then come back to it. So there's a few spots in the planet where you can do that. Montreal is one of them. So I believe just, you know what I mean? Just let's not mash everything into something and just appreciate the singularities of something.
That was beautiful.
Thank
Very,
you.
very
I like
well
it.
said.
I like that.
Where can the people find your music? Where can they find Maleq?
It's pretty much everywhere. Maleq is Maleq. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube,
him on
everything.
Instagram.
Exactly. I have a new song coming up on. I don't know when this episode is gonna drop, but it's gonna be out on the 18th.
It might be in time for that.
Yeah,
Right in time.
It's called Stranger Things. The song is very reggae sounding like, which again open up the horizon.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like a
Look
nice
forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the Stranger Things song.
Thank you very
So
much.
we'll make sure to post it on the page, let people know that it's out. And this interview will be out in time for that as well.
Perfect.
Thank you for being here, watching another
Thank you for
episode of the
having me
Hustle
here.
Podcast.
Bye-bye.
We out.
Bye.
The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts, Natalia. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle. Take money, make money, build a future forever. Even in stormy weather, we execute for treasure. The grind is real, you know. Got the willpower, Terrence Howard, hustle and flow. Rain, sleep, or snow. The odds against me for sure. I kick down them doors when they close. A sharp shooter of motivation that leave bullet holes. We're in the zone, get focused, song.